Right, from the outside, another thing that helped develop the Renegades and evolve the team into actually being internationally relevant was bringing Kassad as the coach. Can you tell me, because obviously you worked with him for a long time, I know some of your former teammates even worked with him more recently and remade the squad sort of. What's this guy like? What was the impact he had on Renegades?
Yeah, so when Alex joined the team, actually it was kind of a surprise to us. We had PK as coach. He was just like an Australian guy who played 1.6 for a long time, and we felt like we were doing good as a team, and then suddenly Renegades just cut him, and well, not good, but like we felt comfortable with him, and then suddenly Renegades just cut him, and they decided to get an international coach, and we found out it was Kassad and stuff. So obviously none of us had ever played with him before, and it was definitely like a very different experience to what we had previously, because obviously we'd only played with Australians and stuff like that, and we only had, I think at that time we only had one coach. It was PK. That was the first coach that we ever had, and he was Australian, obviously. So we didn't really know what to expect. And then when you get someone in from overseas, it's definitely like a learning curve for all the players, and it's definitely a culture difference, especially between Serbia and Australia. I think there is a bit of a culture gap. So it was definitely an interesting time, I guess you could say. But in the beginning, it was pretty good. I think we actually had some good results online with our team. I don't think he agreed with every player on the team. Like, I can't remember exactly what our lineup was back then. I think we had like Ricky and stuff like that. So I think there was like some conflicts in the team with him and the other players. But I mean, overall, I knew it was like a positive change to the team, just because, well, in terms of like furthering us as a team, you know, like with putting more knowledge into the team. Because obviously, when you're an Australian team, you only have the knowledge from the Australian scene and the Australian players. So I think getting like someone internationally in who had a bunch of different ideas, a bunch of different play styles and stuff like that would really help progress the team and everyone on it. So yeah, I think it was a good move.
When you say there was a culture gap, it reminds me of when Zeus, with a W, not a U, joined Team Liquid, right, as their coach. So the Brazilian guy took over a team, which if people don't know was probably like the shyest, nerdiest like CS team of all time, and they didn't talk, etc. So you had this guy behind them who was used to like pumping people up and like something similar I'm imagining was going on here, because if people don't know, like Serbians, as far as I could tell from knowing Kassad and the others, like they're raw as fuck, mate. Like if you make a mistake in the game, they're definitely not just sort of like quietly patting you on the shoulder, right? What was the vibe like? Did it, because the perception of your team again was that you were all a bit quiet, right?
Yeah, no, I think he definitely had the biggest personality in the room, that's for sure. And I think that's just him as a person. There's nothing wrong with that. And it did take some time to get used to, because like you said, maybe he did things differently in his teams, or his culture was different to ours, and the way that he reacts to certain things might be different to the way that we reacted to certain things. So I think, like you said, everyone else on the team was they weren't like, not everyone was calm, but like most of the team vibe was calm. You know, we kind of let some mistakes slip here and there, and maybe if they got too big, then we talk about it and stuff like that. And I think we were a lot more forgiving on the team, whereas he was kind of the opposite. He wanted to fix the thing straight away. If something that he didn't think was right, he's the coach, you know, we fixed it, kind of thing. And so it was definitely like a learning curve for all of us on the team. And I think that was kind of how the team from that point forward kind of progressed. And I think that was like pretty much the theme for most of Renegades when we had him as a coach.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.